Just before this video starts, I wanted to just let you know that by the time this video is up, I will be attending a race in Italy in the KZ2 category in karting. I'm curious to see how these practice sessions in the simulator might have helped me be better in karting as well. I'll let you know next week. We'll see, but yeah, wish me luck. So, on to the video. I wanted to compare two laps that I did at Hungaroring. Both of these laps were done in the same week, but I had a different mindset and philosophy when I did these two laps. Not to say that I was always doing these quick lap times. I was mostly doing a steady 1:43.5, 1:43.7, but a few times, sometimes it was invalid, sometimes I just didn't record it. I hit a lap time of 1:43.1. 1:43.1, 1:43.0. Theoretically, I even went to a 1:42.9, which is crazy. I didn't manage to put all these sectors together to manage to do a 1:42.9 at any point, but I still have some things to compare with these two lap times, the 1:43.4 and the 1:43.1, that I wanted to go over, and maybe I can help you guys out as well. But yeah, let's get this started. So first things, this is the lap that I did at 1:43.4. In first glance, when I started looking at this lap, I didn't really see a lot of mistakes, but the more you start to pause this video and you start to see the minimum speeds with the braking points and the steering angles, accelerations, you start to notice that I've been missing out in a lot of these corners. Like I said in the previous week, I felt like sometimes I was not carrying enough speed. What I want you to focus on right now is just look at how early I step on the brakes in these hairpins. Also, I can't really get the rotation that I need because I'm a little bit too slow, and I'm also not taking the correct racing line, and you can see that a lot of times I'm just turning for a long time, where in reality what I need to do is a more V-shaped line, which means dive a little bit deeper inside these corners, but turn the steering wheel a little bit more, maybe decelerate a little bit more, and then accelerate, like slam on the gas. But yeah, I didn't really do this in this lap. And the other thing here is that in the rest of the corners where I did have to carry more speed in, I didn't. And the fun part here is that in these corners where you want to carry more speed, the trick is to brake earlier than what you would normally think. Which, yeah, it's kind of a mindfuck right now. I can't really understand how this thing works, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's a little bit weird to think about, but it works. That's what I noticed. Most of these next series of corners, it's all about making sure that you maintain a good amount of rotation and also a good amount of speed in mid-corner and in corner exit. The third final hairpin is pretty tight. I didn't manage to completely take advantage of the track width. I started turning way too soon. And then for these final hairpins, again, the idea should be that I need to brake a little bit later, dive into the corner a bit deeper, and then make a more V-shaped line. This is basically it. I'll let the lap finish. So starting off, this first hairpin is pretty much a normal hairpin. I don't really have a lot to say here. Although I think that I need to start accelerating a little bit sooner, because right now I'm staying too tight. I could take advantage of the track that is wider, so I could basically accelerate sooner. I was able to do this quite a few times, but in this specific lap I didn't manage to completely take advantage of this wide track. Next is this next hairpin. You can see that I'm braking way later. Well, way later is a big word, but yeah, I'm braking later than what I was braking in this previous lap that I did. And that allows me to carry more speed in corner entry. And you can see that I'm also more aggressive on throttle here. That's because I took a more V-shaped line that I didn't really manage to do previously. And to be completely honest with you, I could still gain a little bit more time in these hairpins because I'm still not maximizing that V-shaped line, but I don't have the confidence to do that yet, but it's definitely there. That's definitely what I need to do if I want to lower these lap times even more. A more V-shaped line in these big hairpins. Next we have this fast corner, which I think that it took pretty decent this time around. You can see here that my minimum speed is way more compared to what I had in this previous lap. I can't really say what I did differently here. I'd say maybe just position the car a little bit better before the entry of the corner. Make sure that you have the steering wheel straight, because the slightest steering while you're braking here might throw you off. It's pretty tricky to get right, but if you do, you gain a lot of time. The next thing is this next corner, which I completely messed up. The entry was fine, but it needed to stay on the brakes for a little bit longer, so I wouldn't go too wide. Nonetheless, I didn't lose too much time. I feel like I lost like probably a tenth, because I did try to do this corner again later on, and I gained a tenth just from that mistake. So, but yeah, next corner and the exit, I'm still taking a better line, so I'm able to carry more speed out of the corner as well. Again, these corners are more to just be able to carry as much speed as possible. I can't say that I'm taking them perfectly. There's definitely more room for improvement here, but yeah, I'll just keep these. And then in these final series of corners, again, you can see that I'm carrying way more speed compared to what I was previously being able to carry. Again, I'm able to carry more speed, and in this final corner, I'm braking later just so that I can do the more V-shaped line, carry the necessary amount of speed to be able to do that. Again, I feel like I'm not really maximizing it as much as possible if I'm a little bit more confident on the brakes and also in the acceleration. And the same thing goes for this last corner, which I didn't really take that well. Probably the previous lap was better compared to this one, but yeah, what are you gonna do? But overall, as you can see, the theme is in these big hairpins, I need to do a V-shaped line, so I have to brake a little bit later and steer a little bit more. Maybe my minimum speed is going to be a little bit less, but the amount of time that I'm gaining just by braking later and then also accelerating harder and sooner is a way bigger deal than, you know, those 2-3 kilometers that you're gaining mid-corner. This, however, is not the case on the rest of the corners, where you need to brake a little bit earlier, and I need to be able to carry more speed in these corners. So yeah, those are the two big things that I need to keep an eye on if I want to lower these lap times even more. That being said, the setup will help to make it more drivable around this track. I haven't really figured the setup out yet. Even till this point, I'm still experimenting with a lot of things. So anyways, yeah, it's just interesting. It's a track where late braking is a better way to go compared to what you would normally do. Maybe it's not really so much about late braking as it is to make sure that you just are able to carry the necessary amount of speed in these corners. But yeah, when I'm saying late braking, I really mean like really light amounts of late braking, not just going full wide out the track, just to be able to do a more V-shaped line. But yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks to everybody who's been supporting me so far. I appreciate it. And with that said, I'll see you next week.